The great big silver line about crashing out the League Cup semi-final at the hands of one of the Glasgow Giants is the money. The gate receipt income was around 400,000, so that puts our total balance up to just under 7 million. Yes, we're doing very well in the finances league table. We find out who we possibly may have in the next round of the Scottish Cup, and it is either Motherwell or Queen of the South. Obviously hoping for Queen of the South, but I need to get by Hibs first. It's a regular day at the office here, and I'm checking to see if Agbo will sign a new contract. He doesn't want to even discuss it. He then puts in his daily transfer list request, even though, as I said, he's free to leave anytime he wants. That's the way his contract works. So of course I say yes, just I have no idea how to even begin to start dealing with him. And he comes back on the day of the Hibs game and says, you know what, I'm happy to stay, but still won't negotiate a new contract. He is really, really frying my nut. Speaking of nutters, some of you may have been wondering, why didn't you bring back Shia for your motivational speech before the Rangers game, since it worked so well at Tannadice? Well, he never actually left Tannadice. He actually locked himself in the away changing rooms and is still there, regaling stories about how Megan Fox is actually a lizard person and how Hollywood gnomes are trying to kill him. Yeah. What a strange, hopefully non-litigious man he is. Anyway, on to the game. It's the same first 11 that actually faced off against Rangers. Agbo keeps his place in the team, I know. I hate him, but goddamn do I respect him. The only changes were a couple of wee shuffles on the sub-bench. So, and we've got a goal already. 3rd minute in and Alou scores. Alou has been popping up with a lot of goals recently. I'll need to be checking to see how much he's scored so far this season. He does take the penalties for us, so I think quite a few of them have been penalties. But yeah, so far this is going all our way. We're absolutely all over them. I'm sounding a little bit drunk there, and it's 2-0. Marcos Suarez once again popping up with the important goals. And another Agbo repaying the baffling faith I have in him and scoring. 3-0, 27 minutes gone and we're 3-0 up against Hibs. Yeah, this is going a lot better than I could have ever imagined. Weather update, it is a drizzly 5 degrees Celsius. It seems to have been this way for the past couple of weeks here in game. And it's also a bit drizzly outside. We have a penalty. And it's scored. Alou, of course it's Alou. He takes our penalties, as I said. Half time, 4-0 up, and the game is won. It is actually done. So yeah, it's just a matter of, maybe I've got a penalty. It's 5-0, and it's not. It's offside. Yeah, I think the game had made a mistake there, because it did say Suffle must score, and he didn't miss, and he scored. So the game's like, whoa, that's not allowed to happen. Need to rule that offside. Let's make some subs. Suarez is on 10 out of 10. Very rare to get an absolute perfect performance. But yeah, none of my players are really tired, so I'm just making subs for the hell of making subs. Fabrini can have a wee go since Agbo scored. Old man Gravelin can come on. Actually, no, Batico even can come on for Agbo, I guess. Yeah. As you've seen there, hardly any of my players were even tiring. Just shows you how easy this game's been. And that should be near the end of it. And it's a final whistle. We're through to the next round where we will face off against Queen of the South. Queen of the South beat Motherwell 2-1. I'm very happy with that draw. Can't wait. Next up in the league, we're away to Berwick, and we can actually mathematically seal our promotion with a win here. And I make quite a few changes, given a few players a wee rest, a few players who came back from injuries, so I'll just get through those changes. Left back, Peeper, he comes back from injury, and in the centre of defence, Kichanki replaces Cowan. In midfield, we have Batico starting instead of Agbo. And up front we have an up front pairing of Fabrini and Barlow. So yeah, kind of a mixture side there of A+ and B+ type players. yeah, you'll probably from like here on in the league, I'll probably just be chopping and changing the players. We go on to win the game very easily 5-0, Fabrini scoring 2, Batico scoring and Barlow scoring both on half time at 45 minutes, how odd, and Alou coming up again with a penalty. Dumbarton drew and Alloa and Ayr both lost their games, which means we have mathematically been promoted. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before we become, mathematical champions. But yeah, promotion, sealing it with 11 games to be played. A few days later we are then away to Alloa, and if the results go our way and we win this game, then we could mathematically seal the deal, we become champions. But I have that Queen of the South game coming up very shortly, and even though a win will win us the league here, I am taking no chances with injuries this time, and yeah, just putting out what I deem to be an absolute B-side. And yeah, let's get to that. So we have Culkin in goal, and from left to right, Mayo, Kachanke, Cowan and Bent. You might be wondering who's Bent. Well, Richard Bent here is a reserve player I had. He's awful, and I've just threw him in there because I didn't want to risk Diawara or anyone else like Maurice Ross. In midfield, from left to right, Callahan, Batico, Macaulay and Gravelin. And up front, we have Fabrini and Barlow, because I really want to start the next game with Suarez and Suffo. Not exactly the best 11 I've ever put out to play for East Stirling, but I think it should just be enough to get the job done, and hopefully wrap up the league with 10 games to go, so as we can actually just fully concentrate on this Scottish Cup. You imagine getting to a Scottish Cup final, second season in, and we have a goal, Gravelin 1-0, the old man comes up with a goal. And yeah, this will actually be his last season with us. It'll actually be the last season for quite a few players with us, as the jump from 3rd to 2nd division isn't quite as drastic as 2nd to 1st. First we will actually need a lot better quality of player throughout, and a lot better cover for the left and right backs. Yeah, so there'll actually be a lot of signings I'll have to make in the off season. Let's make some changes. Just use all our subs here. Yeah, we'll just put actual players on to try and seal this win. It's only 1-0 currently. It's been quite I've had the better of it, but so far kinda even-ish game. So I'm not liking that. I want to try and wrap up this league as soon as, guys. Come on. It's 2-0. Alou this time not a penalty, but coming up with a goal anyway. And that should be enough. But have the other results went our way? What was the Dumbarton result? They drew 2 each, which means we win the league. With 10 games to spare, we are the champions. I wish to thank all my staff and players, apart from Agbo, and take you all out for a drink, and I'll buy you a pint, apart from Agbo. See you in the pub. And that brings us to the end of this slightly shorter than usual episode of Champ Man. Probably slightly shorter because the past couple of nights I have been up late playing Her Story. If you haven't seen already, I have that playthrough up, and you can click the link just there if you're on a laptop or whatever, and it'll take you to that playthrough. It is definitely worth a watch. It's a strange game. But enough plugging my other videos. As usual, thanks for watching this series and this episode. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that stuff, all that good stuff. And yeah, next episode we will be kicking off with Queen of the South game. Hopefully get by them and into the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. See you next episode. Bye.